Good Friday morning, and welcome to ICE HTV, the Internal Combustion Engine Age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks, SUVs, the kid, the dogs, and hey, morning there. Hey, a little different routine this morning. I gotta get the vehicle up to the Jeep dealership for the service. So a little earlier in the morning, don't have the dogs, got the kid waiting for right over there. Thanks for anybody here that watches my channel, tuned in this morning, Friday, overcast day, kind of cooler, rainy. So, not the beautiful sunny days we've been having here. And so, it's just a little change up in the weather, but also in the morning because I'm getting in my Jeep Grand Wagoneer and it needs a service because it's already got a bunch of miles on it. Hard for even me to believe that this vehicle here already has 6,500 miles on it. So, I gotta get this thing up to the. And for me, it's just incredible. This vehicle right over here. That Jeep, that needs service. And then I've got a Ford F450 over there. That needs service. Then I've got a Jeep Gladiator. My daughter's gonna follow me. And that's gonna need service. So just right now, it's all about getting vehicles serviced. And wow, gotta push the button here. I haven't been in the Jeep now here for, I don't know. I can't even remember. I can't remember how to use all these controls. So anyways, I figured I'd just make some video conversations as I head to the dealership. And wow, the rear air in this thing's going crazy, which I don't know about that. I mean, so when we came home, it was hot and all that other stuff. And don't want to hit any cars and trucks or vehicles. I try to get out of here this morning with my behind me. So, it's just the routine. It's just a never-ending, too many projects, too many things to do, and anybody has responsibilities in a life, I guarantee you they're on the page the same way. It's like, yeah, man, it just doesn't end. And so, what's going on here? So, this car here has so much technology on it. Sync it. And now, I don't even know. Okay, we're at 74. Okay, so we're pretty good. So, anyways, this vehicle, oh my gosh, this Jeep Grand Wagoneer, it is so powerful. I mean, this thing is just so torquey powerful. When it comes off the, you get on the gas pedal, this thing, and I've been driving an electric F-150 Lightning truck, and that thing is just incredibly powerful, incredibly torquey. So to get in this vehicle after living in the F-150 Lightning here really for the past week, and to feel this vehicle have this instantaneous torque, and it's not even a hybrid electric motor setup. I can only imagine if this thing had an electric hybrid motor setup. Wow. So anyways, yeah, what's the conversations today? I tell you what, I've been talking about the winners and losers this past week, and I gotta tell you what, if you're kind of watching my channel and you see how yesterday I went to go buy a Slingshot R Roush Edition, you kind of know that I'm trying to go out and buy another damn toy. Yeah, so I went over there yesterday and tried to finagle a deal, but the deal just isn't going down because the one finance company that will only approve the deal wants me to pay off another loan of one of the motorcycles I have that's not even up here. It's in Tennessee. So if I was to do a deal, I got to pay off or trade a different motorcycle to get the deal done. So, you know, and I'm not really just, I mean, I'm just not like, oh, wow, what a bummer, what a bummer. But I tell you, I'm kind of learning some things on the losing aspect. And I tell you what, the reality is I've been talking about the winning aspect this past week about this country and economy. And it just kind of seems like there's a lot of winners out there, but I don't know. Yesterday, the number they're putting on that Super Chief Indian is like a $21,000 motorcycle. $21,000 motorcycle. I mean, but that's just the MSRP. Then these dealers add all this baloney onto them. You can just factor that's a $23,000 or $24,000 motorcycle if you go to the typical dealership that just doesn't discount the bike and you know, wants to get all the freight and setup on it and administration fees. The list goes on and on and on. So, to me, that's a $24,000 conservative. I mean, I mean, if you got tax and tags in, I mean, that could be a $25,000 bike. If you do any add-ons, I mean, you could be up to $26,000, $27,000, $28,000 on motorcycle. So anyways, for me, I picked that bike up and I got a really good deal down there in January. I picked it up for a little over 17 grand with 5,000 miles on it. And I felt that was a really good deal. And I felt that was a pretty strong number for that bike. For me, if I didn't want to keep it, I'd probably still get a good 15, 16 out of that bike. And so no, right now the dealership that I'm trying to do a deal with, they're a multi-brand dealer. They're at 13.5 trading that bike, and they really don't want the Indian. Their claim is the Indian motorcycles just don't move at their location here. This place is just like 10 miles from my house, and so they just don't have very much success. So it's like, wow. So then I said, you know, I'll call another Indian dealer, and I called another Indian dealer in Hagerstown, Maryland, called Twigs Motorcycles, and the guy got on the phone, and he's like, I have so many used motorcycles, I have no interest. He's like, I'm overwhelmed with used motorcycles. Wow. He said, now, if you were going to buy another motorcycle, would we consider a trade? He said, we would. But if you just want us to buy it from you, he's like, no way. He's like, I have no interest. Yeah, even Timbrook Honda, the dealership that I buy a lot of Hondas from, same thing. When I was out there recently, they got a lot of used stuff. So the used motorcycle inventory is apparently growing, and even to the point a lot of dealers just don't want any used motorcycles. So, and one thing's for sure, it's interesting in the Slingshot R Roush Edition, which is a very rare per se Slingshot product in the market. It's interesting how this has been sitting there for a while, and they're working their tail off to try to get this deal done. I mean, they're just not giving up to try to get the deal done. So in that aspect, you have to say to yourself, wow, I mean, things are changing. And I mean, what's the time frame now that we really do start to kind of see the impact of what all of us have suspected eventually is going to play out, being that we're going to witness the higher prices of things just finally getting to everybody's checkbook, and you know, the heyday of people just having all this extra money is evaporated, and the expense to borrow money has gotten extremely expensive. So are we now getting ready to really see a losing time? And then I'm reading about how fuel prices have gone up substantially just here in the last few weeks, and they're claiming it's a Saudi Arabia OPEC pulling back on production, the Russia war pulling back on their market, so they're not in the market anymore per se. And wow, you just think, wow. So maybe the losing conversation is getting ready to prevail more than ever. I got to thinking to myself yesterday that it's all about the risk. If you're a small business owner, if you're an individual that has to risk your own personal monies to do things, it's a whole different mentality of, I believe, of the government mentality. And I'm sure anybody here watching my channel would be like, yeah, it's absolutely correct. The government, what do they have to lose? What does the government have to lose on stupid policies and stupid expenditures? I mean, we all know what happens to that personal politician that signs off on these bills, or I should say politicians. Do they lose their house? Do they, wreak havoc from bad policies? And for us individuals that are in business for ourselves or work in big companies and have big responsibilities, and you make these risk decisions and they don't work out correctly, you pay dearly. I mean, it's loss of job, loss of income. As a small business owner, it could be loss of your home. It could be loss of all your financial rewards you had given yourself throughout your life. I mean, it's a whole different ballgame. Well, you go to these government and governing bodies and these political individuals that are right now, in my eyes, and I'm sure in many other people's eyes, are taking huge risks because they're living so far into the future. They're looking at the 2040, 2050, the way the world's going to play out. What's really weird here in this area right now, it's cold. It was cold last night. We had the heater on out in the shop last night. It is not warm up here. So, you know, I know there's triple-digit heat waves in other parts of the country, but here in the Northern Virginia, Maryland area, it's cold. Yes, it is. I mean, yesterday evening felt like it was in the 50s, probably 60s, and windy. And today, right now, outside temperature 68 degrees. And so, yeah, so the whole point is we've got these risk takers and governing bodies more than ever that are, you know, demanding, and even the green agenda activists demanding all this risk taking that's extremely expensive. And what's the consequences for these individuals that 20, 30 years from now, I mean, for the most part, a lot of these politicians won't even be around anymore. A lot of these activists and agenda people won't even be alive anymore. So 20, 30 years from now, of all this radical policy making and extremely expensive behaviors of creating, we all know energy, you know, energy is expensive. I mean, for the most part, energy is expensive. Even electric vehicles that are energized, they're extremely expensive. And so, but for you and I that take our own personal risks, you don't even have to own your own company. You can be employed for somebody and making a financial decision of buying another car or buying a house that maybe won't be worth what you thought it'd be worth. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Investing in the stock market. And you personally will pay dearly for those risks if they don't play out correctly. But yet we have political figures that just run their mouths all day long and shove all this agenda down our throat. And for them, they know in the end, it doesn't matter. They're still going to have their millions of dollars from enriching themselves from all these backdoor deals. And wow. But now here's the UAW that I talked about yesterday. UAW is demanding a 40% raise over a 4-year contract. So if UAW right now, one of the 10 criteria to be met by the GM, Ford, and Stellantis, aka Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, union people, and so they're demanding a 40% increase in pay over a 4-year contract. Wow. I mean, so with that type of bargaining power that they think they're bringing to the table, you know, what's the price of the cars over the next 4 years? Over the next 4 years, you're just talking about a continued like, more expensive vehicles, more expensive manufacturing. I mean, I've said it the other day. This IRA, Inflation Reduction Act, aka New Green Deal, I feel so strongly that the amount of monies that they're going to hand out to all these big businesses are bringing back, supposedly, the manufacturing sector to this country. I just can't see how to be a worldwide competitor because of this country's policies of the labor laws and the unions that are going to just make it so expensive for you as a business to set up shop and run your business against China, against, you know, Vietnam, against, you can go through the list of these third world countries that have business set up where they don't follow the guidelines of the green agenda, the child labor laws, the labor laws themselves. I mean, so how the heck are you as a manufacturer going to compete with somebody overseas that's going to have such cheaper labor? So if the end result is all these people, all these businesses setting up shop that are taking the big payout from our government, do they succeed? But it'll take years to figure that all out. I mean, years and years. I need my coffee. Yeah, now even Ford, Jim Farley, and the EV division is really pulling back on all these their big projections. So even Ford right now is seeing the painting on the wall that everybody's clamoring for an electric vehicle. It's not happening. And for the China market that's building, you know, like BYD, Build Your Dream, these other Geely, you know, these other Chinese manufacturers, Tesla, they're accomplishing building less expensive electric vehicles that cater to the consumers. And so Ford is seeing already on how that is playing out in front of their eyes. and they can't even borderline compete in some ways. And so they're now really raising their hand and thinking they're actually a few years away. They're now saying, well, probably a few years away before we really get the production ramped up and the consumers really start, you know, wanting these EV vehicles. Wow. Yeah, okay. Well, and then General Motors' position is they're not going to play the game on discounting their EV vehicles. And even another manufacturer, I believe it's Stellantis, Dodge, they're being big and bold and saying, hey, we ain't going to play the game either. You know, we're not going to be discounting our vehicles. Yeah, okay, well, right, good luck. All right, so getting close up here to the dealership, and just thought I'd kind of get the morning going with the morning conversations, taking the car up to get dropped off. The inventory growing, and yeah, you got a busy day for me. This is driving up to town, then I got to drive way. This today could be for me at 250, 300 mile a day. Yeah, so here we are. And what do they got going on here? Got a few fun toys here, don't they? So it's coming in service, and continue the conversations here shortly. All right, they got the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, blah blah blah, already going the back end. 6 recalls. Got the kid here waiting for me. Oh, am I driving? She driving? Oh, I'm driving. Wow, I get to drive the Mojave. Ain't that cool? This Mojave's so great. I brag about it all the time. I love it. And then I get the little puppy in here. Probably got a little troublemaker in here. There's a little troublemaker back there. There he is. There's a little troublemaker. Look at him. Can you see him? Now, do you want to breakfast uptown, or you want to make him a sandwich at home?
I don't have eggs.
Yeah, we do. We got a whole carton sitting behind the. I saw him last night. Yeah, you have it doesn't matter. You want to get Panera?
I want to get chicken for my.
Okay. I just asked the daughter. You don't seem very excited. She goes, I'm not the type person who wakes up early in the morning and is in a bundle of energy. But what about the little Kiefer boy?
We were playing.
The little Kiefer boy. How about him? Did he have fun last night chasing a tennis ball? All right, let's get our order in.
Okay.
Hey, is this another Ram TRX? So look here.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Is it a Rebel? Oh, it's a Ram TRX.
Oh.
It says it right there.
I didn't.
There's another one.
It doesn't look that good.
Yeah, look, there's 1, 2. Is this 3? 3. That's not one. That's like a 2,500.
Do you want the sausage or bacon?
And so, wow.
Do you want sausage or bacon, dude?
Oh boy, here we go. So there's the Ram TRX. Those things still just a hot item. I mean, I give it credit that those Ram trucks, those TRXs, I really thought that after people bought those things and saw they were just gas hogs. No, I'm good. I just really felt that those things would kind of just not be the hot items they are. I mean, it's just crazy. Is that for me driving that Ford Lightning truck? I mean, here's the reality. You drive that Ford Lightning truck, and that Ram TRX, I mean, it's a nice, powerful truck. You drive my Power Boost, and yeah, I know the Ram TRX overall, and the Power Boost is going to take it. But, yeah, who's going to lose? Yeah, most likely the Power Boost is going to lose. The Ram TRX is going to smoke it. But on the Ford Lightning side, not so much. No, that's not going to happen. So when you ride around that Lightning truck, it kind of spoils you on just an incredibly powerful vehicle. I know you don't get the grunt and the noise or everything else, but Jesus Christ, you're getting 10 miles a gallon, and now gas prices apparently are up close to 40 cents a gallon now, just in the last month. So who's losing on that, right? I mean, how many people are we back? We're getting ready to be back close to $4 a gallon regular no-lead gas in many markets, and basically close to basically $5 a gallon premium, and then diesel, you're going to be back up in the probably high 4s, close to $5. Wow. Yeah, that gets your pocketbook. That gets old, doesn't it? So losing on that aspect, right? Interesting is I wasn't even cognizant since I was driving down the road. Is why we just drove up a main road that so many years ago that you'd be on, and there's no way.
See, what you are so not aware of is when I'm going to school and it's like 8:30, like 9-ish, that road is absolutely backed up all the way to Luckett's Mini Mart. It's completely packed. It'll take me like 30 minutes to get to school. It actually even makes me late half the time.
Yeah, so I guess it's, well, we got things going on. We got the summer, so the school's not in. And then you got people on vacation, so there's that. So you're saying during regular, you know, schedule of the year, it's pretty bad.
At like 8 to 9.
Yeah, well, but it's not even as bad as it used to be. The whole point is, it's the people that don't commute to work anymore.
And on the way back, it takes me just as long, if not longer.
Right.
Stop and go. All the way.
Right. Yep. Day. And Fridays typically are the worst day to be on the road. And most of these people have no clue how to handle that little merge there. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to go over to Chick-fil-A and donate some money to the payroll and get this. And then we got to get the heck on the road. I don't know, you may be staying at home cleaning the house today, kid.
Oh, I love that. I would love that.
Hey, is that a message to Dad?
No,
I'm sick of riding around with your ass, Dad.
Like, I just, like, going to Bel Air.
I can't take it anymore. Let me out of the car, Dad. Yeah, she's been riding around with me like every day. Yeah.
Okay, I just meant like that. I like to clean the house, and I don't really want to go to Bel Air, Maryland.
Yeah, such a long drive. Like, all right, Chick-fil-A is here.
I'll do it, obviously, but I'm just saying, cleaning the house sounds good.
Yeah. So yesterday's such a weird day. Yesterday, I was supposed to go up to Bel Air, Maryland, and work. And this is crazy. Yesterday, I was supposed to take the Ford F-450 truck needs to be serviced. It's got an check engine light on it. It's got a emissions thing going. And so I call Kuhn Sterling Ford down here in Sterling, Virginia. And I called my Baltimore buddies, and they're slammed. Called another dealership, they're slammed. So then I called Kuhn Sterling Ford. It goes right to an automated, you know, outside appointment message center. And so anyways, they present it to bring down the truck, and you can get it, you know, serviced and take the truck back probably today, you know, same day. And so we drove the truck all the way down to Sterling, Virginia yesterday, and we get some gas. Wow. So you're getting over $4 a gallon now here for premium up in this area. So even for Costco. So it's all changing. That's for sure.
Your Mach-E is going to go back up in price.
Hey, there you go. Hey, there you go.
Kiss me.
He doesn't want to kiss you. All right, we just got 13 gallons of fuel at 50 cents a gallon more. What's that equal? $5. What's that equal? Like $7?
Whoa.
Yep. So if the gas prices really do stay higher, gotta wonder on that. But anyway, so yesterday we take the Ford F-450 down to Sterling, Virginia, and you know, just for me, I just can't keep track.
To me, I think your nickname should be White Lightning.
White Lightning.
White Lightning.
White Lightning. Wow, sounds like I should be drinking moonshine.
No, but your hair, and you always are very quick to thinking.
Oh, okay. That's nice of her. I don't know if I'd agree with it, but anyway, so down there at Kuhn Sterling Ford, we go all the way down there. We got to be totally opposite direction yesterday, Bel Air, Maryland. I mean, that's like over a 200-mile trip. So now, but I'm like, you got to get the truck in service. So we get down there and we go to the service.
Pull
and
up to the curb.
Did you put we're here yet?
Yeah, already 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so anyways, we go down there, and I'm bragging to the guys about how their dealership's such better than other dealerships because I can bring my truck down today and get it serviced and pick it back up. The guy looks at me like, "What are you talking about?" The service guy's like, "There's no way we can get your truck serviced today." He's like, "We're slammed." So the division actually screwed up on making the impression that the truck would be serviced today. Waste of time. So we and he's like, "I don't really want you to leave your truck here for next week." I'm like, "I'm not gonna leave your truck here next week." So we left. So then that slingshot deal phone call comes in. So now I'm like, "Oh great." So now we are going out to the slingshot dealer yesterday. If you saw that little short video. So a little buddy, huh? Aw. And so anyways, having trouble getting in there, kid? Don't spill your drink. Good Lord. Yikes. So anyways, we got the slingshot dealer, and now I just forget it. It's getting too late today to go to Bel Air, Maryland. And so we're out there now trying to finagle the deal. It's a simple story. Now the finance guy's got his work cut out for him, and we're trying to make numbers work. And I mean, he got the deal done, but like I said earlier, it's got to be I got to get rid of a bike, or I got to pay off an existing loan. Everybody else is just like too many open autos, too many open accounts. So yeah, the banks. I mean, this is nothing new to me.
Well, you got to get the right person, and if you just don't have the right aggressive person, there's just no chance. They're just gonna be over bezoggled.
Interesting. What word is that?
Bezoggled.
What does that mean?
Like just overwhelmed.
Is that a word actually?
To me.
Yeah, okay, all right. So anyways, so I'm out there. One of my good friends. One of my good friends I've known for years. Oh yeah, let me back up. So down there at Kuhn Showing Ford. Why did you turn
off my seat?
We turned the truck off to get fuel.
Oh.
But I don't think you ever turned it on.
Yes, I did.
You didn't, because mine was on.
Did. I so did.
Mine was on. You had it double tapped. Look at this here. Better get up the road now because but then the policeman will be sitting up here to get his morning ticket on us early in the month. Ford. And where's some of my buddies? Wow. So Steve Brown, that's been the general manager for Kuhn Showing Ford that I've known for years. He managed that dealership for 20 or 25 years at least. He retired. Wow. And then the next guy in command that we felt would probably get it, a gentleman by the name of John Walker, they didn't give him his job. So here's a really dedicated employee, a guy that was the general sales manager of the dealership that was very loyal and been there for over 10 years, and they didn't give him the general manager. And so they gave the general manager position to an outside other Kuhn's, actually Jeep, Dodge, Ram brand manager.
Did you meet him?
No, I didn't. So, wow. And, yeah, things are changing there. So, anyways, I feel bad for John Walker because I know this gentleman was really expecting to be the GM of that dealership after so many years of working there. But anyway, so if John, if you're watching my video, I don't think he is. Hey, sorry to hear about that. And he left, actually. He's now working at another dealership. So anyway, so we go out there to the Slingshot dealership. And so now we're hanging out there trying to make a deal go down. Then my kid gets fixated on the motocross dirt bike, 2-stroke. She's all into wanting a 2-stroke dirt bike, but those are rare.
I really want one.
Then the ones you find are expensive as all get out, and then the ones we find are all motocross bikes, and they're just too big.
I want that little 112.
The 112 Kawasaki 2-stroke motorcycle.
Yeah. Is
what she wants to have. And so in all reality, we got a Honda that we could have traded for that and kind of made the whole deal work. But things got confusing. So then it's just so crazy. One of my good friends that I've known for years is in the dealership talking to the you know, about looking at something, and then we run into each other, start yakking and talking. And now he's actually a really good guy, and he actually may come and work for me. So, which would really be cool. This is a really good guy that I would hire because he just has mechanical skills. He has all the qualities that would be really good for my company and business. And for the most part, he's worked at other businesses that I've known of in the motorcycle industry. And he just kind of finally raised his hands working for this one gentleman that just was really not the nicest of managing people. If you're watching my video, there, Mr. John, he's not watching my video, but he was. But yeah, well, you just belittle people all the time.
Trust
and eventually
me, he hasn't made it this far in the video.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So for him, there's, you know, has anybody had those type of bosses?
I bet he doesn't even know you have a YouTube.
Yeah, he doesn't have time. He owns a motorcycle dealership. So anyways, for him, I just think that, you know, I just don't sell your soul. Yeah, who's losing, who's winning? You ever have that feeling you work for somebody? Are you losing or winning? I mean, sincerely. When you go to work for an employer of a company, do you feel like you have the respect, you know, and people really do appreciate your efforts and give you that? Or do you feel like they're constantly bugging the heck out of you and you're ready to walk out the door? Who doesn't know these conversations, right? But anyway, so really cool. So the gentleman that I've known for years, he actually is considering coming to work for my company, which would be really cool because he really would be a good fit. And if anybody out there watching my video, pray for a miracle. I'm going to tell you what, in life, I can't emphasize enough, if you haven't seen my video, pray for a miracle. You need to look up Pray for a Miracle under ICE HCV and watch that video. I mean,
this vehicle walks.
Yeah, it's a Jeep. The daughter here is yeah, this vehicle walks. It's the Jeep product that, you know, it walks down the road. You know, that's the vehicle. That's the makeup. I think that is the addiction of Jeep people to argue about the guy that owns a Ford Bronco. I own one. I'll tell you all day long. That's superior driving capability on the highway over the Jeep. But you'll argue with the guy night and day about, no way, man. There's no way. The Jeep doesn't walk. It doesn't walk. It's not a big deal. Okay, whatever. If it's a seat of your pants, I'm happy for you. I mean, obviously, I bought one. I'm happy with it, right? But yeah, it walks. But anyway, so, yeah, that'd be pretty cool if this gentleman here that he's going to talk to his wife and kind of come to closure if he feels like it works for him. And then if he, you know, if anything, I told him, you know, you just kind of come feel it out and see if this is something that would work for you. And that would be really cool because for me, my challenge is I've got family that really needs my attention, and to be able to get out. Wow, this guy here is crazy. This guy is flashing right here down the road. Oncoming, the car coming on a side road, and the guy's flashing his lights for the guy to pull out. So he'd pull out right in front of me to crash into him. Oh, this guy's trying to be nice, let him get in the road. You just don't do that stuff. What an idiot. Well, there you go. You're getting really specific now, right? So yeah, just a lot of yada. Just busy day. Get back in, got to get back on the road and get rolling. So just thought I would do the drive time video this morning, which is a little more challenging in some aspects to get the content, you know, to the people watching the video, because you're having to focus on the road and do a lot of other things. So anyways, I just kind of keep it at that. The video's already a decent amount of time, and I think that's going to probably be it. I think. You kind of see what we're into. I think that's going to be the morning conversation. The risk, as I say, what do you risk? You know, another thing I think to myself is talking about earlier was the as a business owner, you have to take risks, and you know it's not easy until you kind of own your own company. And don't get me wrong, if somebody works for an employer that has responsibilities to make decisions, it's the same thing. I get all that. I'm just saying in general, though. But then at the same time, we talked about earlier was the political figures of our country that just push these crazy things. They suffer no consequences. It just isn't right. It's so wrong in how we have political figures, we have activists, agenda activists, and they push this radical agenda. And if it doesn't work out and it all goes south, there's nothing lost. And there's nothing. I mean, for them, they're like, yeah, oh well, they just go disappear. They just go hide in their $1 million ranch. Yeah, there's none of these stories. Yeah, for all the lawless society, activists that get rid of the police. This goes on and on. Anyways, all right. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching my channel. And does the Slingshot R play out? I don't think it's going to play out this time around. Will it play out down the road? Yeah, it may. It's a real big deal. Not really. So, let me get back in here and get to work and get the kid to get a mop and a duster and some toilet bowl cleaner and some dog poop scooper upper, and we'll let her have her day. I can get to ride around the world yet another day. Alrighty, thanks for watching my channel. God bless, stay safe, and stay tuned for more adventures on Ice Age TV.